Hello and welcome to another year of filming my descent into madness. I was already there, but I'm still falling. So anyway, we are starting the year right by filming in my pajamas because I came back a few hours earlier and I was freezing cold. I was wet and cold. I was like, I want to shower, and since I didn't want to put my normal clothes back on after the shower, I went into PJs, and that's how I ended there. Anyway, that's a lot of explanation for just a t-shirt, but you never know. Anyway, it's been pretty good week, pretty productive one, with a lot of stuff. And I moved on a lot of projects and started a few ones too because it's the start of the year. So, as an example, I just found a lampshade that has an interesting shape, so I like it. The fabric over it is pretty, but not that pretty that I wouldn't mind worrying about and starting again. So that's a good. Bad plan is it's incompatible with all of my lamps, so I cannot use it. So I'm thinking of maybe use it as my first lampshade experiment, revamp it and sell it. And it's probably a bad idea. It's probably something that I won't do for like 7 years, but I liked it and I bought it, and that's life. Anyway, it's gonna be a good year. A good year putting my way into it. For now I'm a little tired, but you know what? I'm still doing good. So, Sunday I cleaned up my place, which I will have to do tomorrow again because it's already a mess. It's been a week, and the day after I did the dishes, the kitchen was a fucking nightmare, and I was like, how did it happen so fast? I just cleaned everything. It was very annoying. Also, I carried some stuff into the car. Some stuff that I had to donate the bottle of gas that I use for my cooking stove. And all of my paint and car supplies went into there because into there they don't bother me and they don't look ugly. So they went there. I also messaged my tattoo artist to let her know that it's all healed up and ready to take pictures of, and she told me next week between Tuesday and Friday. So I wanted to go Tuesday. It will not happen, but I will explain to you why then. I did the cleaning on Sunday because I had people coming for the apartment sale on Monday, and I cleaned it all up for nothing because the guys would just like to test the sink and like the toilet and the sinks and whatever, so it was great to have cleaned all of it. At least I did it for me, so it was something. So on Monday, got up for the visit. Bitch woke me up, but I survived. And I went grocery shopping. I just did that again. So I went grocery shopping. I posted my books on Vinted so I could sell them. It's the Brother Wolf books that are after the Spook series. They're not good. and they're very infuriating, so I refuse to read the second one. I had a Tumblr friend telling me how bad it got, and I was like, nope, I'm not reading that, so I'm trying to get rid of them and get some money back because I bought them new. Yay! So I did that, and also downloaded and put in my Kindle a lot of fics. Because I'm weak, and even if I said that I wanted to read actual books and reread my books this year, I am still a Malik slut no matter what. And I hate this. Truthfully, because the TMI fandom is pretty bad. Like, it's pretty toxic. The original books are terrible. The writer is awful. She's not as bad as J.K. Rowling, but she's not great. And the show was a fucking joke. But I'm still a Malik slut. I can't help it. I don't know. That's life. More about fanfic, because fanfic working is often amazing. Well, not that's not true. The good fic, which represent like maybe 2% of the total fics posted on AO3, they're really good. But they're so rare. It's a very big bad nightmare to go through. And I want it done, I want it over, but it's not over yet. I just don't want to read Malik anymore, and my brain is like, shut up! Just do it! So I just do it. Anyway, on Tuesday, I swallowed all of my fears. I put up my courage walls and I said, fuck it, and I went to the Orchard to see if they would sell me the camping car. And they would. But first, let me rewind. So the camping car that I saw was the one that was parked into the Orchard, so it was in a terrible state. It needed a lot of reparation. It was pretty small, but not that small that I didn't have the paperwork to walk through. Because like, if it's big enough, you have to have its own immatriculation and its own insurance. That little bitch already had the no immatriculation plate, so I already knew that I'm going to have the papers with it and pay the insurance, so already it was off to a bad start. And the tires were blown, and specific tires like that, they were gonna cost me a lot to replace, so that was a great start too. And still I said, I want to take over this journey. It's gonna be fun. And he said, just, if you want, I have another one in the courtyard, just go check her out. And I went to check her out, and indeed, it is in a way better state. It drives, the tires are right, everything is right, he has the paperwork for it, so it's gonna be all legal. And it's way better state, I can actually use it as it is. Does need a little reparation, but it's pretty good. But it's also fucking gigantic. And I mean, 2 meters by 4 meters. Gigantic. I can stand in it with like that room on top. It would be great. It would be awesome. And I like it. But I have a little car. And I don't know if it can carry it. It's a really big camping car. And even if my car would carry it, I don't know if it will carry it all the way to the beach and back first. I don't know where to store it, because it's fucking gigantic. It will take a whole place in the courtyard here. And I'm not supposed to use more than one place. I have my car and that's all. And I have to pay the insurance and I have to make the paperwork. But it's in great state and he will let me have it for 200 bucks. So I want it. I've wanted a camping car for a long time, if only so I could have more space than just my 50 square meters here. I love my apartment, but it's just to stock more things. I am a crafter, I have a lot of stuff, and I have to purge some of it away all the time just because I do not have the space to store it. And having an extra craft room would be nice, so I want it. Also, it's really big enough for me to actually cohabit with the cat for several days without no problem, so that would be nice too. But it's not that easy, and there's a lot of problems, so I'm trying to solve them one at a time. But I like it, and I did not take any pictures or videos so I can show it to you because I forgot. But I told him I will take a week to decide, so next vlog hopefully I will let you know if I decide to play it safe and not take it, or if I decided to take the risk and take it. And you will know, and if I took it, of course you'll have a little tour to christen it. So yeah, it's taking a huge part of my mental space right now. It's whether or not to take it. 200 bucks for it, even if it's money that I don't actually like have and should spend. It's really a lot less than anything that I've saw online for it. They all go for like 1,500 and 200. It's like a joke. I was like 150 because I really don't have a budget for that. He was like, for 200 I'll let you have it. And I was like, I love you. So I kind of like them because they let me take pictures into their orchard all the time. So yeah, I went, and it took quite of my day because yeah. And I also made my dream pie, which is my pecan and mandarin cookie crust tart. And I baked it a little too much, but it's still very good. I'm taking it slow because I don't want to be sick, but it's really good. So no regrets. So that was Tuesday. On Wednesday, I did great. I did a bit of sewing, so it was no big deal, but it was just tightening the waistband of my pajama pants. Not this one, but others. But I also did a lot of administrative work. So I finally paid my house insurance that I forgot to pay completely. I paid the bills for my last electricity producer, and I gave up my energy check, which is an help from the state to pay for my bills. It's a check for 194 euros. I never had a bill that was that high, so it's supposed to be deducted from your bill. But I'm afraid that if it's deducted from my 15 euros bill, that means that my whole check will be wasted on it, and I will have lost all the money. And it sucked because I should have used it on the 180 bill that I paid right after, and I didn't know it was that high. I hate myself because I could have finished the year without paying that huge bill at the end of it. I would have only lost 14 bucks if it doesn't work out. So it really sucks. But that's life, and I hope it works. In theory it works, it just doesn't make sense that it doesn't work, but also the world is ruled by capitalism, and I'm sure that company will be very happy to see me waste $180. So I'm not sure. We'll see about that. And also, from the advice of my neighbor who came to take a piece of pie, she came back with the advice of going to a garage, and straight up ask them if my car can handle it. I have the vague dimension of the thing, so they will probably be able to guess which weight it is, because I do not have the paperwork, so I do not know which weight it is. But the garages will probably know. And they'll know my car because they will make a revision on my car and empty the oil, because I never did that. And yeah, and they'll tell me, and then it's a question answer, because for now there is a lot of questions on whether or not to take the caravan, and that would be a big one answered. So I contacted them the next day. Next day I was pretty productive. I did that, I did the dishes, I cooked some zucchini, I made a brioche for the Epiphany, and it did not turn out very fluffy, but I think I put too much flour or something. But the taste is right, so I'm still working my way through it because I'm alone. But yeah, I also made some potato soup and some laundry. Yesterday I was out. And today too. Yesterday I went to the Mahjong and then the doctor, which I waited an hour and 15 minutes in the waiting room. It's a joke, but you know what? It's even harder for him because he always comes back home at like 9 p.m. It's insane. He has to find a better way to do this, but he doesn't. I don't know what to tell him. Anyway, and I also talked to my neighbor to ask him about his opinion about the caravan in the parking lot. He told me to ask the landlord, which is pretty dumb because our landlord is just gonna be a landlord for like 2 months and then it's gonna change and I don't know the new one. So I wanted his opinion more than the landlord because, you know, he's the one who lives here, and frankly he's the second most stable here, and the other one doesn't have a car, so I don't care about him. So I wanted his opinion, and I ordered a bunch of stuff online because I finally had money. So I paid a lot of stuff. Between yesterday and today I spent so much money, so that I'm probably gonna have to survive the rest of the month on like $300. But it's okay, I'm sure I can manage. And so today I went to the thrift store, and then I went next to the thrift store to donate all of my stuff. Then I went to the station to get some gas for the car, then to the other station to get some air in my tires, which really needed it, and I feel very sorry for my car for driving it like that. Then I went to yet another station to buy a bottle of gas for my cooking stove, and then I went grocery shopping again, and then I went to the pharmacy, where the pharmacist told me that I do no longer have an health insurance, which is great. Some insurance guy called me on Friday, told me to call me back, but I didn't have the time then, I didn't really want to, so I'm gonna do that on Monday. I will. So yeah, and then I came back and I was freezing and cold and wet, so I went into my bed and read for a few hours because I just needed rest. And so that makes 2 days in a row where I go out and do stuff, and that's just a lot. And I'm going to do that also Monday, Tuesday, and probably Wednesday, and maybe Thursday too, because Sunday, so I'm gonna do the dishes and do some cleaning tomorrow. On Monday I have to call the insurance, so I don't want to do it, but I really need to because I need those meds and I can't pay for them. And to the tarot because I want to ask my friend who I know has a big house in the countryside who could store my caravan when I'm not using it. So I'm gonna ask him if he'd agree to do it, maybe for a fee, to store my camping car when it's not there. So it's gonna be less permanent, so it should just work better. It would be a big question out of it. On Tuesday I'm going to go to the garage to get my car checked out, and they want me to go there at 9 a.m. Barbarians, and stay there all day. I don't know where to go all day. There's nowhere I can go from there. They were like, oh, I come back in the afternoon. Where do you want me to go? I only have one car, babe. So I'm just, gonna take some crochet stuff and go there. By the way, I did pretty well in crochet. I'm working my way toward the 2 cursed dolls that I have commissioned. So yeah. On Wednesday, I need to go to the optician for my glasses, then to the tattoo artist for some pictures, then to the library, which is next to the tattoo artist, which is why I want to do it at the same time. And it's already bad. And if all goes well on Thursday, I will most likely go back to the Orchard and give my answer to the guy there about the camping car, and after that I'm going to sleep quite a lot, because even if I do all of that, frankly it's gonna be a good week. even if I buy it on Thursday, I will not take it home right then because I have to make the papers and then I have to get the insurance, and only then can I drive it. I am not driving this bitch without insurance. I know the drill. I'm not doing that. I've been through this and just know. So yeah, I'm doing pretty great. I'm a little tired, but confident that I'm going to do it. I also bought tapestry cable to make the bed out of. On it, and it's not very sturdy, but also it only cost me $5, so even if you break it, it's no big deal. But at least it's gonna be something waist high, so I can work on it outside. Hopefully it holds on. We'll see. Anyway, that was my week, and that is about next week, and all every surprise that will come my way. Because of course there will be. So I will see you next time, and hopefully with updates on the camping car. And I hope you like it, because I already do, to be honest. I really love it. See you next week.